Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of 8 for Silver. As part of my limited coverage for Sundance Film Festival 2021, I am reviewing 8 for Silver, a 2021 gothic horror drama. Following horrific events of white villagers taking land and slaying gypsies who already occupied said land, a curse is left to plague the family. And as our curse unravels, strange monsters begin to creep in the woods. Written and directed by Sean Ellis, this was a pure wild card when it came to the Sundance lineup. A gothic inspired horror film about some monsters in the woods? Obviously, I needed to check it out. And ultimately, I really enjoyed this film. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. Well, my biggest positive is this amazing gothic horror atmosphere. Of course, this 19th century colonial setting is perfect and ripe for a gothic type of storytelling, and they utilize it to its complete fullest. From cinematography to smoke effects and the use of landscape, production design, costume design, and practical blood effects, everything about this film executes that gothic atmosphere beautifully and delivers on a really tense, horrifying atmosphere. And I love those type of atmospheric gothic horror films personally, so this was suited right to my taste. From the moment we start the film all the way through to the last credits, you are on edge and you are never allowed to rest easy watching this because they do such a great job of building that atmosphere that even when there's nothing scary happening, even when the beasts are at bay, you're just constantly looking around the corner for what might be. I also think that our acting cast does a very good job with some slightly written characters. Boyd Holbrook plays our monster hunter in the film, and he just has this real star quality to him. I can't wait for him to break out and really show us what he's got in some future roles. But when I see him in a role like this, it just proves that he has it. He has that acting quality, but he also has that star persona ready. Kelly Riley plays the mother of this film, and I thought she was really great as well. A really kind of somber, understated role for the most part, but she had such presence every time she appeared. Alistar Pitri is always kind of playing a similar character to what he does here, but he does it so well that you instantly believe he is this kind of man. And then all of the children actors do a great job. Honestly, I think everybody really sells what needed to be sold here. And then we get to the actual horror aspects, and it once again shines. Now, this is a lower budget film, so some of the CGI is a bit dodgy, and the character design took me a second to get used to. But once I did, and once we have this extra layer of the character design revealed to us, I loved it. I loved this concept. I love the twist on the monster story that's being told in this film. The characters were gruesome, they were cool looking, and pretty terrifying. Even just by design, I was freaked out. So then, what doesn't work so well when it comes to 8 for Silver? Well, the script is easily the weakest aspect to this film. Our characters are all very surface level. We don't really work on developing these characters. A lot of the people that are introduced throughout the film are your standard filler type of horror characters. Thus, it's hard to really gain a connection even to our main family or Boyd Holbrook's character. None of them have enough story, none of them have enough personality, none of them are fleshed out nearly enough to connect with them. And then the screenplay, in and of itself, introduces a lot of interesting lore, and I like this idea of a gypsy curse introducing this particular monster story. I liked the tie-ins that they did with some ancient texts. They do a lot to spin the narrative that we've seen with this type of film previously. However, the unfolding of events as we move along at times is frustrating in that horror kind of way. At other times is very conventional, which is disappointing for a film that really set itself up to be something new and fresh for the genre. I do also need to warn that it is a slow burn gothic horror film. It relies heavily on that atmosphere. You get those creepy elements early on, and they do continually pop up as we move throughout the film, but that second act specifically moves a bit too slow. So I would compare this film akin to something more along the lines of Crimson Peak or The Woman in Black, rather than a conventional horror monster film. It definitely falls in that atmospheric gothic horror realm. So just know what you're getting yourself in for if you decide to give it a go. But overall, I really enjoyed myself with 8 for Silver. The atmosphere was beautiful, the monsters were cool, the deaths were gruesome, and it built up on this really fun lore. Yes, the characters and that script were a bit thin, and fleshing that out certainly would have added value to the film, but as it is, this was a really solid attempt and a unique film for the horror landscape that I enjoyed. So that was my review for 8 for Silver. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see 8 for Silver? Or are you participating in the virtual Sundance Festival? And did you watch it? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!